This is the third of 5 episodes in the run home to the end of 2015. From October through to 13th of November, the ranking group expanded from 54 to 63 ranked clans. Which clans are leading in the run home to the end of Town Hall 10? Straight into the ranking group today, and the group has expanded from 54 clans as at 30th of September to 67 clans, of which 63 are ranked on the 13th of November. Now, the clans that are unranked in this ranking are ABC, Arab Champions, Hollow Wee Wee and UAE 999. Each of those has got less than 3 Elite Wars, so I expect them to have rankings prior to Christmas. Now, the new clans in the actual ranked group are Holy High, Italy Rev, King of Vietnam, Syrian Elite, Viet are Us, We All Caliphate, and Winterfell, and Wumeng, and Xinjiang 8090. Okay, 119 wars, Elite Wars between 1st of October and 13th of November, so let's get into them. First, Shanghai KOCs versus China Zizao. They scrape home by 1 3-star in the 35s war, 10-9, and get 74 points for that win. Next, Artificial Stop versus Golf Legion, with a good win for them in a 40s war, 7 3-stars to 5, 197 points for them. Next, In the Dark versus Hitman. In the Dark get home there. Surprisingly small margin for In the Dark there, 12 3-stars to 9. Hitman continue to be hitting well, but no points for In the Dark, being much further up the table. Next, Saigon by Night versus China Rush, 103 to 99 in a 40s war, so look at that, a lot of 3-stars there, 23 versus 19, 62 points to Saigon by Night. Shenzhou versus 300, expected to win that, 8-zip, and they do, no points change hands. Suicide Squads versus China Zizao, 89-87 in a 40s war, 9-7, so 186 points for Suicide Squads. Next, Peninsula Shield versus Medan 13, Peninsula Shield, expected to win that, they do, no points change hands. Y&Y versus 300 in a 35s war, 5 3-stars to zip, and 41 points for Y&Y there. Next, Shenzhou versus VN Champions, and VN Champions didn't put on many 3s here, but what do you do when Shenzhou do that? So in a 40s war, Shenzhou have put on 37 3-stars, so clearly VN have gone, what the? And they've only put on 12. But Shenzhou get 46 points for that win. That's a very tough war, and 37 3-stars is sending a real signal to them. If anyone's going to challenge for number 1, you know, they might be their challenger. Next, Hainan versus Exodus Elite. Exodus Elite get up with the win there. They'd had a couple of losses in a row, so it's nice to see them pull out a win. It's 143 points in a 40s for that win, 11-8 in a 40s war. Next, Golf Legion versus Ativ Dade VR. Golf Legion win that, 282 points for that win in a 35s war. KY3 versus Getting Dark, 9-zip, Getting Dark, expect that result, no points change hands. Medan 13 versus Pen Shield 2, Pen Shield 2, get up there, get 41 points for that win in a, let's have a look, in a 40s war, so that's, what's it, 13 3-stars to 9. Next, China Rush Rock versus Shanghai KOCs, and China Rush Rock, 22 points for that win in a 35s war, so that's 15 3-stars to 8. Next, Exodius versus 300, expect that result, no points change hands. Exodius Elite versus number 1, a lot of 3-stars there in a 40s war, so 23 3 stars versus number 1 and pick up 25 points for that win. Next, Hainan versus Shouhu Yu Rongyao, Defending Honor, and a 1-3-star win to Hainan, and they get up 80 points that win in a 40s war. Unofficial Stock versus Pen Shield. Pen Shield win that 93 to 83 in a 40s war, 13 3 stars to 3. No points change hands. In the Dark versus Medan 13. You expect that result. No points change hands. China Rush versus Ways of War. Ways of War get up there. Look at that. That's quite an upset, I think. 89-86 upset of China Rush in a 35s war, so 19 3 stars to 16. Great result there for Ways of War. I'm sure that'll move them further up the table. Next, Exodius versus Golf Legion in a 35s war, 6-1. Solid win to Exodius, no point exchange hands. Next, number 1 versus Pen Shield 2. Bit of a surprise this one. Number 1, 87 to 84 in a 35s war, so 17 3 stars. That's why they won it. So 17 3 stars to 14, and that will see them gain 87 points for that win. Pen Shield 2 getting 14 3 stars, that gets them a K factor of 100, so that's what saved them there. Otherwise they would have lost a lot more points, because when you're above 25% 3 stars as the losing side, it's treated like a top of the table war. Next, VN Champions scrape home against Utopia OP. What's going on there? 15 3 stars to 14. No point exchange hands, but tight one for VN Champs. Now, Saigon by Night versus Shanghai KOCs. No point exchange hands. You expect that result, 89-84 in a 40s war. Now, Shouhu Yu Rongyao, Defending Honor versus Suicide Squads, and in a 45s war, 13 3 stars to 4, and pick up 98 points for that win. Well done. Next, Shanghai KOCs versus War King. Shanghai KOCs pick up 105 points for that win in a 35s war, 7 3 stars to 3. Next, a percentage win to Yazoo Lingcheng over Saigon by Night. So what a result that is for them. Really nice in 35s war, 11 3 stars all. They win on percent, 62 points for Yazoo. Now in the Dark versus Hainan in a 40s war, and 15 3 stars to 10. In the Dark pick up 17 points for that win. Next, Shouhu Yu Rongyao versus Exodius Elite. They really do the number on Exodius Elite there. 130 points for them for that win in a 45s war, sorry, and that is, what's that? 13 3 stars to 6. Now, Viet Blood versus Sanju Tao. Viet Blood had dropped down the table below Sanju Tao, but now this will see them jump back again. So 88-82 win in the 35s war, so 18 3 stars to 12, and 57 points for that win. MKMA versus Medan 13, expect that result, 40s war, no point exchange hands. Art of War versus First Arms, expect that result again, no point exchange hands. Legend Warriors versus China Rush, look at that for a matchup. In a 45s war, so that is 23 3 stars to China Rush, 17 to Legend Warriors. Legend Warriors get knocked off by China Rush. China Rush bounce back after their loss a bit earlier, 51 points to them. Next, Exodius versus We All Khalifa, the Arabic clan. I always picture them sitting down smoking the Califas when I think of that name. Anyway, Exodius win, 79-74 in a 35s war, 9 3 stars to 4. Utopia OP versus Hitmen. This is a surprise, because Hitmen, after putting on lots of 3 stars for a bunch of wars, only put on 1 here. And so Utopia OP beat them in a 40s war, 13 3 stars to 1. And 128 points for Utopia OP. Let's hope Hitmen bounce back to form in the next war. Next, Y&Y versus MSK team. Y&Y put on 14 3 stars to 3 and pick up 76 points for that win. Now, Sanju Tao versus China Rush Rock. Sanju Tao in a 35s war, 14 3 stars to 8, pick up 88 points for that win. Pen Shield 2 versus KY3. Pen Shield 2, expect that result, no points change hands. Legend Warriors versus number 1. Legend Warriors, the 40s war, obviously got pissed off about the earlier loss, and then they put on 28 3 stars versus number 1, and so pick up 25 points for that win. Art of War versus Hitmen, expect that result in a 45s war. Nice to see Hitmen bounce back from the 1 3 star, they put on 6 3 stars there, but Art of War, they're a beast clan, and no points for that win because they're much further up the table. Pen Shield 2 versus Shanghai KOCs, and just scrape home in a tight win, 79-78. They would have lost a lot of points if they had lost that one. But in a 35s war, so that is 19 3 stars to 18. That's a lot of 3 stars for a war which is a tad down the table. We wonder what happens sometimes, but that's a hard fought war. Now, China Zhao versus Hitmen. Now, what an upset this is. Hitmen, yeah, putting on more 3 stars, put on 9 in a 45s war, but China Zhao put on 11, and they will, I guess that you don't get the K factor. They haven't hit 25% 3 stars as the defending side. It's a 45s war, so 9 on 45 is 20%, so they will be subject to the usual K factor down the table. China Zhao pick up 349 points for that win, 11 3 stars to 9. Congratulations to them, great win, and great example of how the lower K factors can see you shoot up the table if you produce upsets. Now, China Rush versus Datang Tianzi Taiwan. And China Rush win that solidly, 25 points for them in a 40s war, 22 3 stars to 16. It just is amazing towards the end of Town Hall 10 how the number of bases has just been cracked at will. The attack defense balance way out in the game, and people just piling through the 3 stars, destroying bases at will. Next, Thailand Pro versus Ferries to Arms. What an upset this is. It's a tie in a 45s war, 9 all, and Ferries to Arms get them on percentage. So great result for them, 147 points. Lovely to see them put on so many 3s, because they were a clan that didn't put on a lot of 3s a way back, but clearly they've come good. They've put on 9 3s that war, and 147 points for them. Great result to the number 1 French clan. Now, Pen Shield 2 versus Shanghai KOCs in a 35s war, 11 3 stars to 10. So Shanghai KOCs get up there, 70 points for that win. Medan 13 versus Shenzhen. Medan 13, 100 points for that win in a 40s war, 11 3 stars to 7. Great result for them. Next, Legend Warriors versus Hitmen. Legend Warriors put in 18 3 stars. Hitmen, gosh, they've got some variable results. So Hitmen put in no 3 stars there. No point exchange hands. You expect Legend Warriors to win that. Next, number 1 versus Ferries to Arms in a 45s war, 5 3 stars to 2. Much smaller number of 3 stars there. 148 points, number 1 for that win. Next, Unofficial Stop versus Fangzhou Zibao. And look, quite a bit of an upset there in a 35s war. Fangzhou Zibao lose 7-6 to Unofficial Stop. 131 points for them for the win. Next, Golf Legend versus In the Dark. Not a surprise there. In the Dark putting on 22 3 stars, no point exchange hands. Next, Saigon by Night versus Shenzhen. And Saigon by Night win that 86 to 79 in a 35s war, so 16 3 stars to 9, no point exchange hands. Next, Fuzi Zhaolin versus Medan 13. You expect that result, no points change hands. China Zhao versus Ferries to Arms on the 18th of October, 95-91 in a 45s war, so 5 3 stars to 1. And that will see 90 points to China Zhao. They're going a bit on a bit of a run there. Next, Yazhu Li Cheng versus Getting Dark. And look, quite an upset I think there. Yazhu Li Cheng shows you what a good clan they are. 84-82 in a 35s war, 14 3 stars to 12. They get away with the points, 50 points for that win. And that with more than 25% of the bases being 3 starred by the losing side, that means the K factor equals 100, and that's what saved Getting Dark from a bigger points loss there. So they got saved through good defensive hitting. Next, China Rush versus King of Vietnam. Expect that result, no points change hands. Art of War versus Medan 13. Again, expect that result, no points change hands. KY3 versus Sanju Tao. So Sanju Tao with a 6-1 win in the 35s war, no points change hands. Yazhu Ling Cheng versus Golf Legend, again 79-74 in a 35s war, 9 3 stars to 4, no points change hands. Now, Exodius versus In the Dark. Exodius still trying to beat In the Dark, haven't quite pulled it off yet, but 106 to 95 in a 40s war, so 26 3 stars to 15. Look, 15's not bad, but 26 is beast performance. So 17 points for In the Dark for that win over Exodius. Next, Fuzi Zhaolin versus YY. This would have been a great matchup, 5-6 months ago. But YY, I guess, rebuilding. So 107 to 100. That's not, look, YY. That's really interesting as a war for them, because you sort of think they must be rebuilding, but they put on, in that loss versus Fuzi, they put on 23 stars versus 27. So that says that Y&Y are a very dangerous clan. I know they were ranked 10 at the end of September, but they are a clan really to be watched if they're putting on 23 stars. And it's great to see them come good back in the ranking group. Next, Imaginatic versus Hitman. Hitmen with their results all over the place, but here 8 3-stars for Hitmen, so a good war for them. But Imaginatic put on 17 in a 45s war, and it's a huge upset really. 277 points for Imaginatic for the upset win over Hitmen. Next, Saigon by Night versus Active Day BR, and you expect that result, no points change hands. China Rush versus Hainan, and China Rush get 22 points for that win in a 40s war, 26 3-stars to 12. Next, Shenzhou versus Legend Warriors. Look, Legend Warriors, great clan. This is amazing. Really, both top 10 clans in a 50s war. You don't see 10 clans do 50s war very often. But look at that, 22 3-stars to 18. So Shenzhou being more than 300 points ahead of Legend Warriors. Don't lose any points there, but just a beast war, that one. Next, Getting Dark versus China Rush Rock. Close call for them. China Rush Rock almost gets home in a 35s war, 23 stars to 19. Getting Dark survive, get 19 points for that win. Next, Exodius versus Daomin. Exodius versus Daomin actually had a bit of a rivalry for a while. Some wins and losses both ways, but Exodius, very good clan these days in 35s war. So that's 12 3-stars to 4, and Exodius get the points, 68 points for Exodius for that win. Next, Imaginatic versus Fuzi Fangzhou Bizhao, and Imaginatic, another win there. So they're on a bit of a roll. 35s war, 13 3-stars to 9, and that will see them gain 59 points. Golf Legion versus MSK team. Now it's surprising to see MSK team not putting on any 3-stars there, but 6-zip to Golf Legion, 159 points, great win for them. That will see them move up the table. Now Y&Y versus Shanghai KOCs, 35s war, 10 3-stars to 8, and 41 points for Y&Y for that win. Next, Active Day versus Legend Warriors. Legend Warriors, very, very strong clan. In a 45s war, 11 3-stars to 1, so probably didn't need to put on any more with a 10 3-star lead, and no points change hands. Next, Shouhuru Yongyao versus Ferris d'Armes, and it's a 45s war, 15 3-stars to 8, and no points change hands. El Raza Clan versus China Zizao. El Raza Clan in the 45s war, 15 3-stars to 10, no points change hands. Art of War versus Additive Blade BR. You expect that result, 7-zip, and no points change hands. Now, look, this is a big upset. Look at that, in a 40s war, number 1 beat Ways of War. Ways of War, very good clan. Number 1, obviously a clan that can put on a lot of 3-stars when they want to. And in this war they put on 21 3-stars to 15, and so given that Ways of War have put on 15 3-stars in a 40s war, they will it's more than 25%, so that will be treated like a top of the table war. The K factor will be 100, and that's why we're only seeing 74 points change hands there, even though number 1 is way down the table. Now, In the Dark versus China Rush. What the? So this is a 50s war, and so I don't know if it's a arranged matchup, but anyway, it's 50s war, 147 to 121. So they have 3-starred 47 of 50 bases in the Dark have there. So that's just incredible. Deserve the 37 points for that win, but just astonishing, and it just shows you that no base can't be cracked at the end of Town Hall 10. So Town Hall 11 was well due, and it needed some new defence. I don't know whether they've done enough, but certainly it has rebalanced the game a bit, certainly as people are upgrading, so we'll have to see how the update matures. But at Town Hall 10 it was getting ridiculous, getting 47 of 50 bases 3-starred, but just great result there for In the Dark. Next, Utopia OP versus War Kings, 35s war, 10-1, so no points change hands. Exodius versus Artificial Stop in a 40s war, 11 3-stars to 8. Look, Artificial Stop put a lot of 3-stars there, but Exodius just put on more, 64 points to Exodius for that win. Next, Holy High. So Holy High are a new clan. I believe they're a breakaway from MKMA, so I expect them to go extremely well. So here is 28th of October, the first time they're featuring in the Elite Wars ranking table. In a 35s war, they put on 23 stars. So, that's a pretty good debut for a first performance. Shows you they're very, very dangerous. The Shanghai case here, so what's that? 23 stars to 8. They pick up the points. With a large K factor, that'll see them rise pretty quickly up the table, so 139 points for that win. Now, Imaginatic versus Zhao Zhingfu. Imaginatic, another win for them, on a great roll. It'll be interesting to see where they finished in this ranking. They've had some really good results this period. So 76, 73 and 35s war, 6-3 win, and 156 points for that win. Next, Datang Tianzi Tao Yuan versus China Rush Rock. China Rush Rock with a good solid win there in a 35s war. Wow, look at that, 19 3 stars to 17. So K factor will be 100 with more than 25% of the bases being 3-starred by the losing side. And 60 points to China Rush Rock for that win. Next, Hainan versus China Zizhao. China Zizhao get away with a win in the 40s war, 16 3 stars to 14, 87 points for them. Next, Adelaide BR versus number 1, another 50s war. So really interesting to see the emergence of some 50s wars. But there we have number 1 getting away with 8 3 stars to 6. Not that many 3 stars considering it's 50s war. And no points change hands. Now, Getting Dark versus Ferris to Arms in a 40s war, 4 3 stars to 2. Not many 3 stars for Getting Dark there. I guess they thought 4 was enough. But you've got to be careful because Ferris to Arms can 3-star now. And no points change hands. Legend Warriors versus Al Raza Clan. What a matchup this is. 2 of the top Arabic clans, and no offense to Penshield. Penshield's clearly the number 1 Arabic clan, but Legend Warriors versus Al Raza Clan, 2 fantastic Arabic clans. So look at that, 45s war, 22 3 stars to 32 3 stars to Al Raza Clan. So 32 3 stars deserves a win in my book. 54 points to Al Raza Clan for that upset win. So many 3 stars on the losing clan. K factor will be 100 on that war. Next, Fuzi Zhaolin versus Hitman, 10-5. Expect that result, no points change hands. Thailand Pro versus number 1. And that's an incredible result. 24 3 stars to 23 in a 50s war. 29 points for number 1 for that win. Next, 31st of October, so this comes towards the end of October. The Tang Tianzi Tao Yuan versus In the Dark. Expect that result, 40s war, 29 3 stars to 20. So really interesting that the Tang Tianzi Taiwan can put on 23 stars. That says they're a damn dangerous clan, putting on that on In the Dark spaces. And no points change hands, but watch out for the Tang after that sort of result. Next, Getting Dark versus Fangzhou B Zhao. You expect that, so 17 points for that win, 83-80 in a 35s war. Now, Legend Warriors versus China Zizhao. In a 45s war, 11 3 stars to 7, no points change hands. Shenzhou versus Adelaide BR in a 50s war, 17 3 stars to zip, no points change hands. Now, Datang is warring again, this time with Holy High, and we just said how good Datang were. In a 35s war, they put on 17 3 stars. They tie with Holy High, who also put in 17 3 stars. Holy High win on percentage, you'll see I note that by the 0.1 in my table. Holy High win on percentage, 64 points to Holy High. Shows you how good they are. That's 2 elite wars for them this period. And I think actually that they're ranked this period. They do more than 3, so it'll be interesting to see where they finish up. Very good clan, new one to the group. Next, Shouhu Yu Rong Yao versus Zhao Zhingfu. And in a 45s war, 15 3 stars to 7, no points change hands. Now, Y&Y versus Getting Dark. Good test for Y&Y here, but Getting Dark, very, very good clan. 19 3 stars to 13, 32 points for that win. Now, China Rush versus Yazhu Ling Cheng. Pick up 60 points for that win. So China Rush been a couple of wins, a couple of losses this period. But you know how good Yazhu is. They're a very, very good clan. So look at that, 40s war, 22 3 stars to 17. China Rush get the point, 60 points for that win. Now, MKMA versus Shouhu Yu Rong Yao. And MKMA go down here. Of course, keep in mind that Holy High broke away, so they don't have as many hitters as they used to have, but still put on 18 3 stars. So just goes to show you, with having lost players, putting on 18 3-stars, just goes to show how good MKMA are and were. So 60 points, 66 points for Shohu Ru Yong Rao, defended honour for that win. They've improved. Look at that. Putting on 23 stars, they were getting to be a damn dangerous clan. Now, Daomin versus Shanghai KOCers, a good win for them actually, 10 3-stars to 5 and 43 points for that win. Now, Shenzhou versus number 1, the 50s War, ridiculous, 36 3-stars to 30, no points change hands, but Crikey, just smashing bases everywhere. I guess base bricks all spread across the land. Anyway, now Art of War versus Saigon by Night and 35's War. Again, towards the end of Town Hall 10, results getting just crazy. You can see 32 3-stars to 20 in that war. So 31 points for Art of War for that win. Now, Saigon by Night versus MSK team. So 12 3-stars to Zip, no points change hands. Utopia OP versus 300. So look at that, in 35's War, 10 3-stars to Zip, no points change hands. Now, Love and Peace versus China Rush Rock. That's a good result for them. China Rush Rock are a good clan, 46 points for that win in the 35's War. So that's 17 3-stars to 12. China Rush Rock, with 12 on 35 being more than 25% of the bases, that means the K factor was 100 and it was treated like the top of the table war, saved them from a much bigger points loss. Next, We All Caliphar versus Imaginatic, and Imaginatic, after their run of good wins, go down to We All Caliphar in the 35's War, 15 3-stars to 13, and the K factor will be 100 there again because more than 25% of the base is 3-starred on the losing clan. Now, China Rush versus Fairest Arms, expect that 40's War, 10 zip, no points change hands. Legend Warriors versus Show Hu Yu Rong Yao, defended honour, and after their great win just a little bit earlier, Legend Warriors knocked them off again. So it's really interesting, fascinating results at the moment. 45's War, and so that's 21 3-stars to 16. Just bases falling everywhere. 65 points to Legend Warriors for that win. Now, the Tang Qian Zi Taoyuan versus Hitmen, and 16 3-stars to 1, no points change hands. Unofficial Stop versus Zhao Zhao Zhao, and they win that 86 to 83 in a 40's War, 6-3 on 3-stars, no points change hands. Now, this is one of the best wars I think there's been in existence since the start of Clan Wars. VN Champions versus In the Dark. Now, I don't think we don't see that many of these just brutal top of the table matchups these days. I know there's a bunch of alliances and this type of thing, but I'm going to talk about some of the ranking impacts of that in the final vid of this series, because I'm going to make one change to the ranking system. That's not to say that alliances don't count and all that sort of thing, but I actually just want to clarify my policy on including results and not including results, but that'll come in the 5th vid of the series. Now, first, VN Champions versus In the Dark. So it's a 40's War, and so you've got 40 versus 39 3-stars. VN Champions, in one of the greatest wars and greatest wins in Clan Wars history, pull off a win, 43 stars to 39. In the Dark, I heard, had a couple of shots at drawing that war and tying it with perfect scores both sides, and just had a couple of fails. And so VN Champions, congratulations on an astonishing win. In the Dark, also congratulations on an astonishing war, and that will see 67 points transferred from In the Dark to VN Champions for that monumental win. Next, Golf Legion versus Getting Dark, and a 40's War, 11 3-stars to 10. Getting Dark, no points change hands there, but Getting Dark get the win. Pen Shield 2 versus MSK team, expect that result, 10 3-stars to 3, and a 40's War, no points change hands. Next, Shohu Yu Rong Yao, Defendant Honor versus Shenzhang 8090, and look, because they do put up some interesting results. In a 45's War, they put on 22 3-stars to 17. We know that Shohu Yu Rong Yao is a very good clan, so look, that's a great result for Shenzhang 8090, 79 points for them, well-deserved win, and obviously a really interesting war. Next, Exodius versus Zhao Zhao, expect that result, no points change hands. Next, Holy High versus Artificial Stop. Holy High in a 40s war, 17 3 stars to 8, and that will see 96 points to Holy High. So they're charging up the table. It'll be interesting to see where they settle, where they are at the end of this ranking group. So it's now 12th of November, and we have Hitmen facing Thailand Pro. Hitmen, nice to see them back in some form. 14 3 stars to 3, and look at that. Just goes to show that if you get knocked down the table, you can come back fast, and that's not treated like a top of the table war. So there's a big K factor there. It's a 45s war, but Thailand Pro only got 3 stars out of 45, so there's no K factor reduction there. So Hitmen bounced back with a 383 point gain for that upset win over Thailand Pro. And that'll see Thailand Pro crash down the table, I imagine. Next, the Tang Chan Zi Tao Yuan versus Al Raza clan, and two great clans colliding here. And look at this, a 45s war. So that is 28 3 stars to 27. Crazy numbers again. Al Raza clan being way above the Tang in the table, only get 16 points for that win. But just watch out for the Tang Chan Zi Taiyuan. They're a very, very good clan, and putting on 27 3 stars and losing, I kind of feel sorry for them. Next, you have Zhenjiang 1890 versus number 1, and number 1 with a really strong win there in a 45s war. 3 stars all over the place. I was at 31 3 stars to 25, 36 points to number 1 for that win. Now Holy High again, and Holy High, what happened to Yazoo in that war? Oh look, they must have given up. Right, let's face it. So Holy High put on 21 3 stars, and 21 is a lot of 3 stars, so I can sort of understand that. But 80, I hope no. So that's 21 3 stars there, 87 points to Holy High for that win. Great win for them. And Yazoo, I'm sure they're going to go better next war, but I understand that reaction. Next, Shouhu Yu Rong Yao versus Medan 13. Getaway in a 40s war, 8 3 stars to 7, 66 points to Shouhu Yu Rong Yao, defending honor for that win. And the final match of the round, we have Shenzhen with a real upset actually. Actually maybe it is. It could just be the large K factor, but it's a 40s war. 7 3 stars to 5, 219 points to them, and that wraps up the round. So straight into the ranking table. Now at 13th of November, there's 63 ranked clans, 4 clans unranked because less than 3 elite wars at the moment. ABC, Arab Champions, Hello Wee Wee, UAE, 999. Just want to touch on before I go through the group. I know people ask about where are clans like Exclusive Empire and the like. They are clans that came into the elite group immediately prior and just following the update. So they're not, they weren't doing elite wars at this stage. They will be featured in the next ranking group. Now at 63 we had Viet Aras, a small wars, mid-sized war clan. 62 300, 61 Thailand Pro. Then at 60 Shanghai Chaos is TR next, Wu Meng, Kumu Long Ling, King of Vietnam, Arabian Shield, Storm UAE, Active Dade, BR, MSK Team, MIT, Hitmen, Winterfell, China Zhao, and Zhao Dao, Zhao Nao, Zhao Xingfu, brings us up to 47. Now the next group, 46 Suicide Squads. And you've got Ferrers to Arms, so nice to see them a bit more up the table as the group expands. Now 44 Shenzhen, then 43. Look, I'm surprised how low they are. They're a very good clan. The Tang Chan Zi Tao Yuan. I expect to see them rise further up the table. Now War Kings have moved up the table with some results in that period. So War Kings at 42. Then KY3 at 41. Epic Relentless at 40. Dao Min at 39. Pen Shield 2 at 38. Maiden 13 at 37. Golf Legion at 36. Exodus Elite come down to 35. You'll see their name will change next period. They'll move over there to Screw the Moose. They demerged from Exodus. Just by the way, I'm currently leading Exodus Elite, so if there's any players who are Town Hall 11 and love doing wars, come over, apply to Exodus Elite, we're looking for players. Now, at 34, Hainan is 34, then Fangzhou Bizhao 33, Syrian Elite, great debut for them at 32, and Imaginatic, great result up to number 31. Now, and 89, Zhenjiang 1890 at number 30. Artificiero Stop at 29. Now moving up the table, China Rush Rock at 28. Italy Rev debut at 27, great result for them. We All Califar at 26, so congratulations to them, another great debut. Y&Y at 25, so starting to settle there. Look, they had some really good results, and nice to see them back in the group. It'll be interesting if they can put on 23 stars and that sort of thing, or they'll move further up the table. Then Utopia OP at 24, Sanju Tao at 23, Ways of War after the upset late in the round, down to 22. Saigon by Night, again, also down quite a bit from the last ranking, down to 21. Love and Peace, I think they're a Japanese clan, going really well. Debut at number 20. Number 1 at 19. They've had some really big results this round. Next at number 18, Shouhu Yu Rong Yao, Defendant Honor at number 18. Again, some really good results this round. Next, Dan Xuan, another debut clan, and a really strong performance for them, debuting at number 17. Viet Lad, number 16. Then Yazu Ling Cheng, number 15. Legend Warriors, number 14. Exodius bounced back after a couple of losses last period with some good wins this period, back up to number 13. MKMA, I think this is the final ranking for them because I think they stopped worrying after this. MKMA ranked 12. Just want to say a big congratulations to them. They're a fantastic clan, number 1 for quite some period of time. And look, I think they played the game, they just played the game with real style, and it would be a shame to see them go, but nice to see Holy High, with some of their players sort of continuing on their tradition. Next, number 11, Al Raza Clan. And then into the top 10 as at 13th of November, and I just want to touch on, I will do the countdowns for the sort of current updates. I'm just not doing this because we're in the catch-up mode. But number 10, Unity Air Force. Number 9, Holy High. Number 8, Getting Dark. Number 7, Pen Shield with the highest rank ever, up to rank 7. Then you've got China Rush, In the Dark, BN Champions, Art of War, Shenzhou, and Fuzi continue at number 1. Will anyone knock them off? Shenzhou, you can start to see getting within range. Only 49 points of difference, so Shenzhou clearly are in hitting range of them there. I'd love to see a match up there at the top of the table. Congratulations to Fuzi, continue to be number 1. The question is, in the run home to the end of Town Hall 10 and to the end of 2015, can they hold that position on the table? Stay tuned for the next 2 episodes to see if they can still hold their position.